Water just rolls off. No soaking, no damage. But how does fabric do that?
Regular fabric soaks up water like a sponge. Waterproof fabric doesn't even notice the rain. Same fibers, completely different story. This is where it happens. A factory where fabric gets its superpower, and the process looks nothing like you'd imagine.
I'm going to show you every single step. Stick around because the last method, DWR, is genuinely controversial right now.
First things first, waterproof and water resistant are not the same thing. One slows water down, the other stops it completely.
Waterproofness is measured by something called hydrostatic head. Basically, how tall a water column of fabric can hold before it leaks. A cheap poncho might hit 1,500 millimeters. A serious ski jacket? 20,000 or more. That number matters if you're standing in a blizzard. The real engineering challenge isn't blocking water, it's letting sweat vapor out at the same time. That tension drives everything. It starts with the yarn. Most performance waterproof fabrics begin with nylon or polyester, synthetic polymers that are naturally hydrophobic at the fiber level.
Those yarns go onto massive looms, weaving a base fabric. The tighter the weave, the better the base, but tight weave alone won't stop driving rain.
Denier tells you how thick each thread is. Lower denier means lighter fabric. Higher denier means more durable. Brands choose based on the end use. The most common method applied to almost every outdoor jacket you've ever owned is called DWR. Durable Water Repellent. Fabric passes through a liquid chemical bath and then through rollers. This padding process pushes DWR deep into the fiber structure. Then it goes through a curing oven, around 170 degrees Celsius. Heat bonds the chemistry to the fiber, making it durable enough to survive washing. At a molecular level, DWR creates millions of tiny bristles on every fiber. Here's where it gets complicated. Traditional DWR used fluorochemicals called PFAS. The industry is now racing to develop PFAS-free DWR using silicone, wax, and dendrimer-based chemistry.
DWR is a surface treatment, it wears off, and it has limits. For true waterproofing under pressure, manufacturers turn to lamination.
Lamination means bonding a membrane to the fabric. The most famous membrane is ePTFE. That membrane has 9 billion pores per square centimeter. Each pore is 20,000 times smaller than a water droplet.
Two-layer laminate bonds the membrane to the outer shell only. Three-layer bonds it on both sides.
Inside the factory, the membrane is fed through alongside the outer fabric under heat and pressure. The adhesive is applied in a dot matrix pattern, not a solid layer. This preserves the membrane's breathability. Even perfect fabric fails at seams, so every stitch hole gets taped with a heat-activated waterproof tape. The third method is simpler and cheaper coating. A layer of polyurethane is applied directly to the inside of the fabric.
A knife over roll machine spreads a precise, uniform layer of liquid PU across the fabric.
Two types of PU coating exist. Microporous has tiny holes for breathability. Monolithic is a solid film that allows vapor. Coated fabrics are cheaper and lighter, but less durable. Laminates last longer, but cost significantly more. Every waterproof fabric gets tested in facilities like this, rain towers, that simulate sustained downpours. The spray test, AATCC 22, sprays water at a fabric and compares the result to a rated chart from 0 to 100. Then the hydrostatic pressure test pushes water against the fabric until it leaks. The reading at that point is the waterproof rating. Durability matters. Samples go through 50, 100, sometimes 200 wash cycles to see how much waterproofing survives.
Researchers are now developing membranes from biological materials, mycelium, plant-based polymers.
Electrospinning shoots polymer through an electric field to create nanofiber membranes, finer than any woven fabric. Stimulus-responsive coatings can actually open or close pores in response to heat and moisture. The big unsolved problem? Most laminated fabrics can't be recycled. So next time you're standing dry in the rain, that's DWR chemistry, a membrane with 9 billion pores.
Quick tip before you go, if your old waterproof jacket is wetting out, throw it in the dryer on low heat for 20 minutes. Tell me in the comments, Do you think brands should be forced to go PFAS-free immediately?
If you want to know which waterproof jackets actually live up to their ratings,